Welcome to the NIOS studio. In this video, we will talk about fabric making process. Fabric is made through yarn. When the yarn is made, after that, fabric is being made using various techniques. The first technique is weaving. The second is knitting. We will mainly discuss these two methods of fabric making. A fabric is a pliable, strong sheet made of fibers and yarns. By the two common methods which are very popular for fabric constructions. They are weaving and knitting. You can see here the weaving is being carried out, and in another picture the knitting is being carried out to form a yarn. Through these two methods, a yarn is converted into fabric. First, we'll talk about weaving. Weaving is interlacing of two sets of yarn, that is warp and weft, at 90-degree angles to each other. This is a woven fabric. The yarns running lengthwise are called as warp yarns, whereas as the yarns which runs crosswise are called as the weft yarn. In case of woven fabric, the yarns intersect at 90-degree angles to each other, as shown in the figure. Also along the length of the woven fabric on both the sides, and yarns are woven very densely, and the portion is called as the selvage. Now this is the fabric and the two edges of the fabric in the selvage, which is the finished side of the fabric. Even the second side of the fabric is finished. These two finished edges are termed as selvages. It does not allow the fabric or the yarns to come out from the lengthwise edge. Now the weaves can be broadly classified as basic and novelty weaves. The basic weaves are of three types: plain weaves, the second is twill weaves, and the third is satin weaves. We will be discussing each one of them in detail. Plain weave. Plain weave is also known as homespun, tabby, or taffeta weave. It is the easiest to weave, where one weft yarn alternatively moves over one and under another wrap yarn. It is very similar to the kind as these are the warp yarns and this is the weft yarn which is being moving. The movement of yarn is like this, as in the after one walk. A weft has been inserted and again a walk is being inserted, followed by a weft yarn. It is an inexpensive weave, more suitable for printing and embroideries, the examples of which are muslin, cambric, organdy, poplin, woven khadar, etc. The second weave we will talk about is twill weave, which is woven or 3 to 4 hardness loom in this one weft yarn. Moves over 2 and under 1 mop yarn. Twill woven fabric is distinguished by a continuous diagonal line called veil. The variation in diagonal lines produces various designs of twill. Twill waves are woven tightly. That is why it is suitable for work clothes and for men's clothes. Examples of twill woven fabrics are denim, jeans, tweed, etc. The third type of weave is satin weave. It is woven on 5 to 12 harness loom. If woven on a 5 harness loom, 1 weft yarn passes under 4 wrap yarns. And goes over 1 wrap yarn. It differs from twill weaves as it has long yarns floating on the surface. There is no design visible on the face of the fabric, but it has a smooth and shiny surface. Satin fabric is an example of satin weaves. Fabrics woven in this weave are suitable for making formal wear garments. Now we will talk about knitting. Knitting is the process of formation of loops of yarns and drawing a new loop through those formed previously. Depending on the type of knitting, it either moves right to left or left to right. Hand knitting is the most common example of weft knitting, though it is also done on machines to make many types of sweaters, t-shirts and socks, etc. Knitted fabrics are used to make casual wears, party wears, sports wear, as well as household articles such as bed sheets, bed cover, blankets, etc. After the fabric is made, they are exported to the shops. When you go to a shop, you give specifications of the fabric you want to the salesperson. And often you go to the different shops to buy fabric or ready-made garments. In other words, shops usually specialize in the types of items they sell. This way, it is easy for you to find what you want. And the shop can also stock good variety of related products. Since you have already studied about the properties of various types of fibers, yarns, fabrics and weaves, it will be easy for you to use this knowledge to recognize fabrics and choose them for the end use in your mind. Cotton fabrics are available in the form of muslin, khadi, poplin, rubia. Similarly, wool is available in the form of felt, knits, and woven fabrics. Silk fabric is also available as raw silk and satin silk. In this video, we discussed about fabric making process. In fabric making process, we discussed 2 points. The first one is weaving and the second one is knitting. Using these two methods, fiber is made and converted from yarn to a fabric. You must study from your book also and prepare well. Thank you so much.